Good evening, Geordies. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. As you can tell, Mr. Good Evening himself is coming back to the Premier League. After Mr. Antonio Conte was confirmed as the new Spurs manager, now it's gonna be Mr. Good Evening Unai Emery to join the Geordies. Wow, the Premier League's just getting better and better and better because we have the best players in the world. We have the best managers. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen in the coming few years, because it's not just because you hired a top class manager or you sign a bunch of top class players that you're gonna win everything immediately. It takes time to work with the team and it takes time for the team to gel. So do not expect anything from from Antonio Conte or Unai Emery immediately, but you will see an impact immediately after they take over those respective clubs. Now, let's go back to Mr. Good Evening himself. And first of all, the Geordies, you have to sack that caretaker manager immediately, like now. Get him out. That guy is worse than Steve Bruce. The guy was parking the bus against Chelsea Football Club after 15 minutes. Wasting time, try to get few seconds here, 10 seconds there, and they got even, I don't know, 2 yellow cards for wasting time, after just 15 to 20 minutes. That is not acceptable. Their goal was clear. Okay, we don't want to win, we don't want to play football, we just want to sit back, defend, and try to get a point. Or we don't know, something can happen, we can get a penalty or nick a goal, and that was the plan. They didn't go for it. Listen, that was stupid. Okay, I was expecting them to give a good game of football to Chelsea Football Club, because you have nothing to lose. The end of the day, you sit back, you lose. You go forward, you give it a go, you might have a chance to draw or win a game. What the point? Get him out right now.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. What? Take a video.
Okay, guys, after taking care of that caretaker's manager, wow, a lot of care here, right? So after getting him out of the club, you need somebody, and the final candidate are Eddie Howe and Mr. Good Evening Unai Emery. And it looks like Unai Emery is a clear winner here because he's a winner in real life. 4 Europa League trophies. I think he got a Super Cup. He never won against Chelsea, of course, because he lost in the final of Europa League and also in the final of the Super Cup. So, Chelsea are like a boogie team for Unai. But he's a very good manager. He's a winner. He won few trophies in France and all that. Well, you can argue it's PSG, everybody's supposed to win titles and all that. But I know how the narrative goes, right? But this guy is a project manager, which is he's good on working with youngsters. He's good in a long-term project, not necessarily a shortcut. Win me now. So I think this is going to be a good choice for the Geordies. Let me know in the comment if you think that Unai Emery is the manager that they need now, because they have to be very careful. Okay, do not just spend money for the pleasure of spending money because we have money. You need some transition, okay, between where you were, and getting to the top level, you need to build properly. Otherwise, you're gonna regret. You're gonna be like City, buying all the reject from other clubs, and for a few years your project is going to stall. Now they need to build from the root, you know, the academy, some youngsters here and there, and develop those players to, you know, to add. In few years now, you start adding some top class here and there, and you make a team, a winning team. So Unai Emery for me is a good choice. For Eddie Howe, he's also a good choice. He proved it in the Premier League by keeping Bournemouth for many years in the Premier League until they got relegated, but the budget is not the same. Okay, if you look at that budget, it's incredible how he even managed to do that. So he deserved also a chance, but you know how it goes in England, right? People don't trust people from England. It's just what every local guy will suffer, you know, like he is not valued by his own people. But Eddie Howe also was going to be a very good candidate, but I think they are going for experience and the record of winning something, you know what I mean? So let's see what Unai Emery can do. Do you think that he's gonna keep them in the Premier League, or you think it's gonna be almost impossible now? For me, I still believe that they can stay. Still a lot of games to play. In January, they're gonna get a few more players to complete. They have a great team. If you look on paper, that team is not bad. Okay, that team can fight for the mid-table, but I think Unai Emery is going to give them a very good structure, stop leaking goals, and start also scoring goals. And they're going to stay in the division. And in summer, they can reinforce the team and start, you know, growing slowly and surely to the top 4 team. Anyways, the last advice I want to give to the Jodies is find him a translator or you know, an interpreter because it's not good, man. You know, when you are struggling with speaking a language, just don't try too hard, because some of his press conferences, it was just impossible to even hear what he's trying to say. So this time around, I think he just need to be humble, find him somebody who can interpret everything he's saying, just like Marcelo Bielsa. There's nothing wrong by, you know, by not speaking English, because many people don't speak Spanish or French. So don't be ashamed of yourself or your language. He's very poor in English, to be honest with you, but he was trying too hard until he just he was the meme of everybody because of what he was saying in the media. Look at Pochettino. When he came from Spain to the Premier League, he needed somebody to help him at the beginning to interpret everything, right? Marcelo Bielsa, the same. So why not you, Mr. Good Evening?